This is Abe Freetanzer from Awards Watch, and I'm so thrilled to be speaking with Kartiki Gonsalves about The Elephant Whisperers. How are you today, Kartiki?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
I understand that you have a background in, wildlife and photography and other things. Can you tell me how this film took shape?
Yes, of course. Uh, I actually grew up in this very space. The elephants live about 20 minutes from where I grew up. And I've been walking through these very forests ever since I was in high school. And I've been visiting this place ever since I was 3 years old. So it goes back and is part of where I grew up in. And in simple words, this journey really began when I fell in love with Raghu. It began as I was driving on my way from Ooty to Bangalore to shift back home, and I saw Bomman and Raghu walking on the side of the road. You had this tiny little elephant who was 3 months old at the time, and he was waddling around next to Bowman, and he had his trunk all wrapped up on his arm. And it was just really special. And I was hanging out of the car at that moment, and you had Bowman beckon to me. So I didn't hesitate at all. I'd never spent any time with such a young calf before, but I'd had a lot of experiences with adult elephants, but never with such a young calf. So I jumped out and I joined them. We headed down to the river and started splashing around in the water, and Raghu is splashing with his trunk. And elephants at that age just cannot uh, use their trunks properly. They're unable to use any of the thousands of muscles that are available in their trunks. And during this time, I just got to see this beautiful bond between Raghu and Bowman. And it was just very special for me to be able to spend these moments. And I'd never seen anything like this my entire life. I've never seen how deep a connection they shared. So I just really wanted to explore the background part of this, because it made me question why such a young calf was with a human being of all people. He should have been with his wild herd. That made me think about everything in general. And that's when I realized that it brought this entire underlying bittersweet beginning to the story, because the Asian elephant is losing its habitat at a very rapid pace due to encroachment and climate change in a country like India, which is so fast developing. And that right now there are about 35,000 to 40,000 elephants left, and the situation is pretty grim. We're losing elephants at alarming rates due to human animal conflict. And I just wanted the story to be extremely positive. And why focus on all the depressing parts when we had so much beauty around us and this unusual family dynamic? And because Raghu's mother was electrocuted and died instantly as a herd wandered into a nearby village, they were looking for food and water along this journey. And that's when his mother got electrocuted. And this was purely due to a prolonged drought that was in the region at the time. And this was happening very frequently in the space that I call home. So I think more than just understanding what had happened to Raghu specifically, I just really felt that I wanted people to be able to understand these beautiful beings on a deeper level and recognize their similar traits and intelligence. And alongside, I really hope that people would be able to protect them, and not just elephants themselves, but also their landscape. And I wanted to show the importance of indigenous people and the knowledge that they have. And I think most importantly, to really give indigenous people a voice. And this is how this entire journey first began. And I think during this time, there are just so many stories of animals being killed and species dying out. And this was just a positive story that highlights the beauty of man and animal working together. And I just strongly believe that coexistence is the way that we need to move forward into the future. And only through mutual respect and cooperation can we save the planet.
I think that's a wonderful message and a lot to pack into, a short film like this, but I think you do that very well. Have
Mhm.
you received any surprising reactions from people who have seen the film?
A lot, actually, to be honest. In fact, we've been getting my inbox, my personal website on my inbox has been filled with messages, not just one or two paragraphs, but 8 to 10 paragraphs. It's been very touching for people from New Zealand and Ukraine and Russia, and then all the way over in Scotland and Australia. It's been very special. In fact, one of the most special things is that we have a worldwide fan art base right now of artwork coming in from children to people who are beautiful artists all the way up at 40, 45. It's been absolutely touching. In fact, we've had a couple of children who have autism reach out as well. It's been very touching to see how far this has gone, and it's a very special feeling. I can barely describe it. So
That's wonderful. And how does it feel to be nominated for an Oscar?
wow, it's definitely surreal. I think on behalf of Bomman and Bellie and our elephant friends, I think we're just all very honored to receive this beautiful honor that's with us right now. And I think it's just really helping to spread the message of the film and to create more awareness, empathy, and a connection to elephants and other living beings that we share our spaces with. And very thankful to Netflix for just believing in the power of the story. It's gone out to so many countries and so many languages, and it's just been a very special journey. And Sikya, alongside with us, has just been able to help us power through this entire process. It's been very special.
That's really great. If you haven't seen The Elephant Whisperers yet, please make sure to check it out on Netflix. Thank you so much, Kartiki, for taking a few minutes to talk about them with me, and good luck at the Oscar race.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.